And showtime. We're back. We made it through another week, which is good. And it's everybody's favorite day, Sunday. So that means a glorious, another review, retro review, that is. And as you can see, we're lined up to have the best show in the history of the retro review because it is just myself and Magic Lasso. And how are you doing today, sir? Oh, train. The
Yeah,
party train.
as soon as we started, the train started. I'm like,
Of course,
okay,
of course.
kind of goes with the day I'm having.
Yeah, sure.
I'm doing well. How are you?
Another day in paradise.
Yeah,
Getting good reads in this weekend.
I've been reading a lot actually. I read a little bit of some Silver Age Wonder Woman this weekend. I read both issues of Teen Titans for tonight. Read a little bit of Marvel, a couple Bronze Age Marvels as well. So I've actually done more reading this weekend than I typically do in a weekend. So
Perfect.
yeah, how about you?
I haven't, but I did pick up the coolest issue, I think, of the Suicide Squad that's come out in a long time. And I'll get to that once we do the book show, because I think it's very undervalued. And I think it has a lot of potential to gain a lot of steam here really quickly.
Nice.
So if you're a big fan of the Suicide Squad like me, stay tuned for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. But let me shout out the chat here real quick. We have Poor Mike. We have Mars Comics. We have BTC Moon Guy. We have FNG Collector. My mom, of course. But they're slowly starting to trickle in. I'm sure we'll get Comic Food 2814 here in a little bit. He's running a little bit behind, but that's not a problem. But
got to make that dramatic entrance.
Yeah, of course, right? Did you see the Suicide Squad?
I did. I watched it Thursday night.
As did I. So without going into hardcore spoilers, we'll give everyone a heads up. So this is I'll give you guys a couple minutes. I'm sure we're going to talk about the Suicide Squad. If you haven't seen it yet and don't want to get it spoiled, here's your warning. We'll go into that part here in a minute. But your non-spoilery review, what do you think?
I really enjoyed it, and I will be non-spoilery as you requested. Let me tell you what I liked. It's a colorful movie, and I like that. I don't think all superhero movies need to be dark and gloomy and depressing.
Sure.
This reminds me more of a comic book come to life because of the colors. James Gunn always knows how to use music very well in his movies, and that's no exception for this one too. And I thought some of the transitions for scenes were very creative, meaning like if we needed to know where we're at, like now or what location, they gave that to us in a very creative way. It's a very, I mean, you can tell this is a James Gunn movie. He has put his signature stamp over this movie. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was better than the first one. I would watch it again. The lowest grade I would give it is a B+.
B+. Okay, so
it's the lowest.
Yeah. You know, well, I gave it a B-, but my reasons of grading it a little lower than you are probably just because I didn't like what they did with some of the characters returning from the first movie. That bothered me. I don't know why it bothered me so much, but it bothered me. But overall, I loved it, and it's a great film. For those of you who are wondering, I won, of course. Of course I did. Yes, and that means that Fu has to wear a squirrel suit because I won.
For the rest of his life.
And if he doesn't think that was part of the deal, I'll give him another 30 seconds to log in and argue his case. So
yeah,
put 30 seconds on the clock. If he's not in. But yeah, I agree. It was definitely a great James Gunn movie. I've seen a lot of his stuff, even the Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought this was a perfect piece. It's funny because he was mentioning how DC just gave him full ride to do pretty much whatever he wanted, which is great. And I love it when studios do that. And hopefully Warner Brothers or Discovery Media now can go forward and look at some people are calling this a flop. I wouldn't call it a flop. It's tough to call anything a flop or a hit because it's COVID, things are still releasing, streaming on like instantly the day it came out. So it's tough to call it a flop, or I think it's a hit. I think people are loving this movie. The reviews are through the roof. Both critics and audience reviews are great on Rotten Tomatoes. So I think it's a great deal. But hopefully Warner Bros. Can take note, like, they can give their directors, a little bit more slack and kind of let them have a little bit more creative control on some of their projects. So, hopefully this is a good turnaround point for DCEU.
And our big, and I won't say who it is, even though it's been in all the trailers and stuff, but our big villain at the end is somebody I never thought I would see in a live action DC Comics movie. Maybe an animated movie, but never a live action movie. And I actually thought it was handled fairly true to the character.
Yeah, I would say yes, to a point, but yeah, I would agree. There's no way I thought in 100 years I would see that villain as a one that's a big bad in a movie, for sure. Yeah. But I like the way they put him in the forefront, and the way they ended up bringing down the big bad, I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed it. I'd watch it again and enjoy it again, and I'm sure I will. So
yeah. Just in the nick of time. Here he is. We were just talking about you there, buddy.
Yeah. I've been listening as I tried to log on.
Okay. So you heard about the point where you had to wear the squirrel suit now?
No, I didn't hear that.
Well, there you have it, folks.
I heard you guys talking about Suicide Squad, though.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure if you had seen it. Did you?
I've watched it 3 times so far.
Okay. Okay. So real quick, on a A through F scale, where do you give it?
B+.
Okay, so we're all really close. We're all very similar.
Yeah. My son loved it. My wife, who doesn't like superhero movies, loved it.
Really?
Yes.
I watch it with my wife too, and she watches all the movies with me, so she liked it too. I'm going to start with you real quick, Lasso. What could it have done to bump up the grade from a B+ to a solid A?
It's just that there's a lot of characters that you're managing here. I maybe would have streamlined a couple of the characters, and it runs 2 hours, 16 minutes, something like that. If we could knock maybe 10 minutes out of there somewhere as well too, it would have been a little bit better. But it's just a lot of characters to keep up with, and even some of the big characters, like Harley. For a while, you go a distance without some Harley, and then you have to kind of go, well, what's going on with her? So
yeah.
And just because I don't want to forget to say this, I think a Suicide Squad lunch meal kit would not be appropriate seller, just based on that.
Yes. Comic Fu, what do you think? How could it go from a B to an A in your eyes?
I think I agree mainly. I don't want this to go more than an hour and 50 minutes.
Really?
So that's where I would put it. So it was a little bit long, as all DC movies tend to be. And I would say that I didn't mind the number of characters, but there were some plot points throughout the middle that I thought kind of drug on a little bit that could have just been skipped. And so it got a little slow in the middle. Again, that seems to be the thing with DC movies. So if they could have kept the pace going a little bit better towards the middle, shortened it up a bit, I think that would have been great. But I will say, I thought Margot Robbie did her best job as Harley yet. I thought she was wonderful in it.
Yeah, it's as much grief as I give Harley Quinn as a character. I think Margot Robbie is definitely...
She's so good.
She's good. She's really good. And I think a lot of people that are in the same boat as me that don't necessarily care for the character think that the movie portrayal of Harley is pretty darn on the nose, in my opinion. But for me to take it from a B to an A, I don't even know where to start. There's so much stuff that I love the movie. There's a few things I didn't necessarily care for, like, and this is where the spoilers are going to happen. So here's your cutoff. If you don't want any spoilers, like, goodbye.
They've had enough time.
They've had
all weekend.
That's true. I I didn't like that Captain Boomerang died. I did not like that.
Whoa, spoiler, Tony.
Yeah. that bothered me. He was, in my opinion, the first Suicide Squad movie. He stole the show, in my opinion. I thought he was great in that movie. And he died like right away. It just bugged me the wrong way. And I didn't like Rick Flag dying. That bothered me. Because what's the Suicide Squad without Colonel Flag? And the part that festered in me,
Lazarus Pit.
Yeah, well, they never showed his body, so is he really dead? Well, his heart exploded, so of course he is. He probably is. Did any of you guys see the end credit scenes? Both of them?
I did.
Both of them.
Yep.
Or two.
I know I saw the one at the very, very end.
Okay, that's the one that surprised me the most.
Okay.
Nope, that's the first one. That's
Okay,
the first.
I don't know.
The second one. Well, here's a spoiler for you. Peacemaker's still alive. Yeah, they brought his body back to some hospital, and there he is. He's still alive. He's hooked up to ventilators and stuff, but he's still alive. But
he has to be. He's getting a spinoff on HBO Max.
That's true. I thought about that, and then someone brought up the point that it could be a prequel kind of thing.
Yeah.
And if you look at who is cast in that show, a prequel made a lot of sense because Blackguard was part of the show.
Well, so I was really happy to see Blackguard go.
I was too, but they did that character dirty. Blackguard is not a punk. Like, he can uproot trees and use them as baseball bats.
Yeah. No, they made him look ridiculous. And I got to say, the Peacemaker, that's an area where they could have improved upon as well. I wasn't a huge fan of Cena.
I don't know, but I was kind of hoping that John Cena maybe would have been cast as Shazam because he is kind of a.
He looked like a giant toddler in that outfit. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Or see if I had check this out. We got.
And I guess it was hard to take him seriously as like a tough guy when he's dressed like that,
If you recall, in Booster Gold #1, the first appearance, it's also the first appearance of Blackguard, who does exactly that, rips a tree in half and just lays the smackdown with people on it. And that's kind of the Blackguard I was hoping they were going to get. Then I saw Pete Davidson going to play Blackguard. I'm like, there's no way.
No.
And Mongal was the biggest character that bothered me the most. Mongal, who's an alien can fight Superman all day long. Yeah. One, how did she come to Earth? Like, how did she join the Suicide Squad? Did she even have a bomb in the back of her head? And an explosion like that totally wouldn't even make her ears ring.
I think it was just to have a little fun with the universe and to get because most people that watch that movie, even the DC fans, probably won't know who she is. And so, in my opinion, it wasn't necessarily to stay true to the comics. It was more just let's have some fun with some silly characters. And what else are you going to do with Mongal in the DCEU?
I'm sure they could have thought of something, but the Suicide Squad was not a best place for her. In my
How
opinion.
about thoughts on King Shark? I've heard a few people say he was just too much like Jabberjaw.
Yeah, I don't like. It's one thing I didn't like. I didn't like they made him into a stupid person or shark, I guess, because in every other portrayal, he's not like a dumb creature. Like, he's relatively intelligent. They use him as a, like he says, he's as smart as I think the Hulk would be in Hulk form. Like, he can comprehend things. He can put sentences together, but he's not distracted by jellyfish.
Well, I mean, this was James Gunn, right? So
yeah.
this was Groot.
Yeah. Well, Groot can follow basic instruction.
I mean, King Shark did to an extent.
He's not like, oh, this is my hand. Like, that's a whole
he just said Groot. I am Groot.
Well, that's that character though. Like, that character is comic accurate. Like, King Shark is not comic accurate. But I'm glad that he lived. Maybe he'll show up somewhere else. Although King Shark is also confirmed for the Peacemaker series. So where it fits in the timeline, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. But I guess they've already confirmed Suicide Squad 3. So we'll figure that out.
Yeah, no, I think this was a hit for DC. I do. And I saw some initial negative feedback, but to be honest, there was mainly from Marvel fanboys. So
You stole James Gunn from us.
yeah, I mean, let's be honest, it was Michael Ackery, so you know.
Keep in mind, for those of you who dive into the dark side a little bit, James Gunn is returning to Marvel for Guardians Volume 3 for his last movie with Marvel is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy.
And you know there is a Guardians cameo in this movie.
What?
Was there?
There's a Guardians cameo.
I missed it.
Mantis is in the movie.
What movie?
Really?
Suicide Squad,
Where?
where they go to the gentleman's club. She's
Okay.
on stage dancing for a split second.
I missed it. I'll have to go back and check it out.
I didn't know either. I read an article saying, "Did you know that this this Guardians of the Galaxy characters in Suicide Squad?"
Wow. All right, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I would agree. HBO Max killed the office box office with this one. People are saying, "Oh, it only made X amount of millions of dollars." Like, well, of course. Why would I go pay to see it when I watch it in my living room for nothing?
Yeah.
Well, I will say this though. I have been watching HBO Max a heck of a lot more lately, to the point where I almost don't watch Netflix at all. So
Same here.
they're doing something right.
Same here. It's because nerds like us know if you want your DC fix, like there's only one place to go.
Right.
Yeah. Didn't I hear that every season of the Super Friends cartoon is now on HBO Max?
Yeah, I've been watching it.
Really? I got to check that out. I didn't notice.
Every season. So that's pretty cool.
Plus, future stuff we're getting on HBO Max. We've already talked about the Peacemaker series, John Constantine series, Madame Xanadu, Zatanna, Justice League Dark. I don't remember. A lot. We're getting a lot.
Yeah.
HBO Max is turning into the DC's version of Disney Plus, which is good. A lot of content all in one spot.
But you get even more with HBO too, I think. You know,
I would agree. I feel like you get a lot more. But who knows? I mean, I really don't care about Disney Plus either way. So I hate The Mandalorian. I hate everything about it. I hate Star Wars now. Thanks, Disney.
Yeah.
I used to love Star Wars.
Me too. No, I'm done with it.
Yeah,
None of it interests me anymore. I didn't hate The Mandalorian, but I did not think it was nearly as good as everyone made it out to be.
I haven't seen one episode, and I stick to it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I liked about the Mandalorian that I think a lot of these superhero movies, Marvel and DC, both can take a lesson from. And that is the Mandalorian. You don't see his face very often, maybe like once a season, but you still understand his emotions, even though you can't see his face. So to me, that's good acting. And you don't always have to rip off their mask, you know, to see their face to get the full expression out.
Yeah,
true.
That's true.
I would agree to
I
that.
feel a lot of these superhero movies, they're always looking for excuses to get that mask off as fast as they can.
I've seen some clips. I don't know what season it is, but like where he has to like pretend he's like a stormtrooper or some kind of Imperial guard or something like that. Where he has to take his helmet off and put on a different. I don't know. The story of it. But that's a whole another train wreck that we can go down some other day. But anybody got any cool DC news?
No.
Suicide Squad came out this week.
Did it? I didn't know this. What did you think?
Tim hasn't seen it yet, right?
He hasn't.
There's news right there.
Yes. There you go. That's news. Tim hasn't seen it. You're right. They cast a Blue Beetle, a live action Blue Beetle.
Oh, who?
His name is I don't even know how to pronounce it. First name is Xolo. Zelo.
Really?
And
that's his name?
That's his first name.
Zolo.
I could be saying that way wrong.
Okay.
I'll drop it in the chat here.
Is this the what's his name?
He was in Cobra Kai, I guess, from the article.
Oh, okay. Which Blue Beetle is it?
Jaime Reyes.
It is him. Okay.
Yeah. But if what I have been reading online is true, it sounds like he's going, whatever their timeline they're going to use, there also might be a big Ted Cord interaction.
Oh, wow.
Which means it probably sounds like there's probably some kind of multiverse or time travel thing.
They'll probably be in the Flash movie.
Probably was in the Flash movie already.
Hey, wait. Did you guys already discuss the bet?
For a second. Just like
I noticed Flashpoint's not here tonight.
Well, I wonder why.
I'm sorry. I'll let you finish the news, then we can come back to that.
This guy is gonna be Blue Beetle. I don't even know how you pronounce that. So out of respect, I'm not even gonna try.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So he kind of looks like Jaime Reyes, so I'm in.
Okay.
And for those of you who are curious,
and that his first appearance was Final Crisis, was it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think there's two covers for it. There's an A and a B cover. I want to say it's like Final Crisis number 6 or something like that.
Yeah. For those of you who are curious, I dropped that link in the chat if you want to go check out the article yourself. I know it says in talks to play it, but on another article it says it's already confirmed. So, and that's the only one I could find without having to turn off my ad blocker, and I absolutely refuse. But I'm ready to talk about the bet. That's like the only news.
Sorry, it's Infinite Crisis number 5.
Infinite
Crisis number 5. Yeah. So now would be a good time if you haven't already picked up those. And again, there is an A and a B cover.
Perfect. So,
all right. So the bet. I love talking about this bet because there's no way it can go bad for me.
True. You're right.
So remind us what the bet was. You thought Javelin was going to die before
Ratcatcher. And
oh yeah,
the good news is it wasn't even close.
It wasn't even close.
I think basically he died before he even knew that. Yeah, he's in the first 3. Weasel, I guess technically he lived, so he wasn't. He wasn't counted as a death.
I think Javelin maybe was first. I think he was first. It was so bad, and then Ratcatcher, just fine.
Before Ratcatcher was even introduced.
Yep. Man, Flash went down so bad on this one.
Yeah, I don't know why. Because
wasn't the bet that we would do it tonight?
I don't know if it was tonight. Just we pick a night, but
I don't think it was tonight because they needed time to get the costumes.
Yeah, if I would have lost, I would have needed some time to put it together.
All right, so how much time are you giving them?
I don't know. What's today? August 8th? I'll give them to the end of the month.
All right.
So the last Sunday in August is the 29th. We'll give them
August 29th.
That's 3 weeks from now. Showtime is in 3 weeks.
All right. I hope Flash is listening to this.
Yeah, 3 weeks there, buddy. But
conveniently not here tonight.
Just look at all the trailers. Ratcatcher was in a lot of them. Javelin was in like 1/10 of the trailer, and then Harley was carrying around his javelin the rest of the trailers.
Yeah. Yeah, you were paying much closer attention than he was.
I could read between the lines. I wasn't, I'm not very smart, but I can read a trailer.
That's Brock's right. Brock's correct.
What's that? Oh, this one?
Yeah.
You already have the costume. Get out of my closet. Get out of my closet, Brock. But it was a good movie. Good, a lot of fun. I'm very excited it came out. Love the Suicide Squad. Hopefully it'll keep going in the right direction. Hopefully Warner Brothers can see the success that it is and continue to make good future content. But without further ado, you guys want to hop into the story tonight?
Sure.
Yeah. Although I have a bit of a confession.
You didn't read it.
I read the first one.
Okay.
I misjudged my time today, and I did not get to the second.
See, this is perfect.
See, Lasso is like, yeah.
This is perfect. No, this works out. This works out. Totally works out. No problem at all. I also was running very low on time, and I read like the first half of the first one, and that was kind of it. And then Magic read them both. So
we're basically depending on Lasso for the second one.
Yeah. And you want to know what's funny about that? I read both of them. I did. But tonight I was going to be like, I'm going first because I really wanted to be smooth with my presentation, and I really rehearsed the first one.
Oh man!
But I will do the second one tonight. I'm going to let you.
I mean, I'll do it if you want.
No.
But,
I'll do it because I read it, so I'll do it.
It won't be as smooth if either one of us has to do it. But ladies and gentlemen, tonight Magic Lasso is as the MVP. For sure.
Earlier tonight, I chewed 39-year-old gum to sell a Squatch box.
What was that all about? These guys are in this chat and they kept trying to hide it from me as if I even cared. Like I didn't say anything about it. What was going on?
Now, first of all, why don't you care what's happening in my life?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I didn't care that you guys were trying to hide videos of you eating gum from me.
Okay, so the deal is there was a community member who said that they would buy another Squatch box if somebody would eat a piece of old gum.
Oh.
So here's the deal, okay? No one cajoled me. No one egged me into it. I said, I'll do it.
Okay.
And they said, really? And then come to find out, Squatch didn't think that I had the right gum. Come to find out, I had older gum than his.
But did it have the same old comic book taste to it?
Mine was from 1982.
Oh, a year earlier. Okay.
Yeah. So I said, I'll do it. I said, do I have to do it live or can I record a video? And they said, you have to do it live. I said, well, do I have to keep the video? And the reason that I didn't want to keep the video is because I just didn't want that. That's not an accurate representation of what my Instagram is.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I went live and there were some people who had no idea what was going on that joined in and they just got the treat for it, and when it was done, I didn't save it, but I did it to help a friend out, even though that friend accused me of being Dean Cain all week long. I helped a friend out.
He was behind that, right?
What?
He was behind that.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was giving me grief all week.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I got another one of his boxes sold, even though I didn't have to, just to be a good person.
Wow.
And that could have been my final appearance. You guys would have been really in trouble for issue number 6 had that been my final appearance. I ate 39-year-old gum, and at first, the first couple moments you're like, that's not so bad, and then all of a sudden it clicks in, and you're like, and it literally, like everyone says, it just dissolves right in your mouth.
I would have done it, no problem.
And then that musty taste that just keeps coming back. It's ugh.
Listen, I was in the service. We used to eat bugs for fun. So 49-year-old gum, 39-year-old gum, send it over, buddy. I'll put it on a birthday cake. No problem.
Well, I guess the next party.
So why was it that you guys did not want me to see you eating the gum?
I don't think it was anything about, oh, you can't see it. I think it was more like, look, he's not even around to see it happen.
Okay. All right.
That's how I took it, at least.
Wow. All right. You got me, Squatchy.
So I was going to say, we didn't want anyone to see. Listen, I would have ate that gum at my family reunion next to a chaplain in front of my grandma.
And it's funny you mentioned that because I believe your mom's in the chat to hold you to that promise.
Yeah, I got no problem.
I've got some extra packs. I'll send you one.
Send them over. I'll put every one of those gum things in my mouth, as many as I physically can without choking.
You'll be sorry.
You'll be very sorry.
No way.
But I did it I'm just showing people I walk the walk. I not only say that I try to be a good friend to everyone, when I can help someone and I can do it, I will do it. So I'm walking the walk besides just talking the talk.
All right. And also trying to throw a certain someone off the trail of you
Oh,
being Dean
geez.
Cain. I mean, just
I told
saying.
you guys, I am not Dean Cain. I am Tom Welling.
Oh, that's right. We had that discussion. I remember now.
Yeah. So when Tom Welling shows up in your chat, that's me.
Well, why don't you just you'll have your say soon enough, but why don't you leave it to the handwriting forensics first to come
That's
back.
true.
And then we'll
I'm
see.
not worried about that.
All right.
We could have
All
our
right.
friends over at Beckett Media do a signature verification.
There we go.
Ooh, there you go.
Fu is D. Kane. That's word on the street. It's word on the street.
But yes, we can segue into the retro review now.
Yeah, right in there.
Yeah.
Speaking of old gum, we're doing New Teen Titans. I'm going to take issue 5, or volume 1, issue 5. Let me pop my screen up here real quick so you can see it. I think it does work a little bit better this way.
Yeah, I like it too.
I have to be careful about what I show because this site, and I don't know if you use this one or not, Fu, but lately it's been popping up with a lot of not safe for work advertisements along the sides.
Oh, I use the Brave browser, and it automatically filters all that stuff out.
Yeah, I got to invest in that.
Yeah,
so
I mean, it uses the Chromium engine. It's worth it.
Right. Okay. We'll have to look into that. But
I've never even heard of this Brave and the Bold web filter browser.
You guys are too much. Yeah, jumping in here to issue 5. If you remember in issue 4, there's the big battle between the Teen Titans and the Justice League, and they all kind of met up in, and I always mispronounce the plane of existence that Trigon lives in. Remind me, do you guys remember what it is? Starts with A.
Arceus or I don't know.
That it's not Azarath.
Is it
Azarath?
I think it is Azarath.
Azarath.
Or something really close. We're going to go with it because it sounds good. So they meet up in Azarath. They fight, they come to, and then they realize, oh, what are we fighting for? So they go their separate ways. This takes place immediately after because they're still in that plane of existence. They're walking away. Raven is telling them, listen, guys, I need your help. Like, I'm not lying to you. He's coming.
And she just got done telling Wally that
West
she lied to him about being in love with him or something, right?
She put a love spell on him.
Yeah.
So he would believe her.
Yep.
And all that comes to light even more in this issue than it did the last one. But so we are going to assume that this big voice here on the left is the voice of Trigon. Speaking of which, this is the first full appearance, according to the powers that be, that this is the true first appearance of Trigon.
Right. Which
which
I can
debatable.
definitely understand disagreeing with because the last issue definitely showed, or was it 2 issues ago?
Something like that.
I mean, yeah, it showed him growing up.
Yeah. So this voice is telling Raven, haha, you suck. You know, you got your friends to fight each other. Now, no one is going to stop me. I'm unstoppable. Raven here is swearing, I will find more people that will fight you and to stop you at all costs. And then this looks like some kind of cloud demon, because it looks like he's coming out of a cloud, grabs Raven. And I guess he's probably some kind of
that's Goron.
Yeah. I was gonna say some kind of henchman for Trigon, some kind of right-hand man. We zip back to Titan's Tower, and the team is kind of debriefing and talking about what happened. And they're talking about, Raven and how she kind of lied to them. And Wally still doesn't really understand like how he got this, love spell basically put upon him.
Oh, it's worse than that, though. I mean, there is a reason why Tim is not here tonight, okay? Because Tim is a huge Wally fan. Like, Wally is Tim's Flash. And there's no way Tim was going to be here for this episode because Wally was so whiny in this issue.
He was.
I mean,
he was.
It was pathetic. It was so bad.
You're right. He's pretty whiny. They're talking about what just happened, and then this spirit of Raven comes and it's talking
Soul
about
self.
what is it?
Her soul self.
Soul self. Okay. That's good because that's not what I thought you said. So we're gonna go with soul self. Pops up and talks about, hey, Raven's under attack. You guys got to help. The team is kind of like, well, I don't understand what's going on. But I love the fact that Beast Boy had the best response to this all along. If you see right here in the very top right, there's really nothing on TV tonight anyway. So for that fact, I will go and I will help Raven.
Beast Boy is awesome in this.
Yeah, he really is, especially these old ones right here. But two people stay behind, and that is Cyborg and Wally. They're both talking about their struggles. Cyborg with his dad, and Wally West with the whole Raven situation.
Wally shedding tears over this whole thing because he got lied to.
I know I'm kind of blowing through things, but that's it's a little short on time. We're a little carried away. But we go to the Azarath here, where this monster looks like it has like quadrupled in size and is trying to eat Raven, I would imagine. Titans show up, do their Titan thing. I love this fact about Beast Boy right here. Turns into like some kind of mountain lion, attacks his face. The guy just like picks up Beast Boy and just says, "The hell with this," and just kind of like throws it, which I thought was pretty funny. One point that I want to show everybody here. Where is it? The one with Cyborg. Has anybody ever seen Cyborg do this at all?
I was wondering about that too. It's basically like a Green Lantern type effect, only pink.
I didn't see the Green Lantern connection, but now I do.
I'm just saying it's kind of like a light construct.
You're right. I don't know what that is, and I've never seen that after this at any point in time. So I'm not sure what that is, but it's cool, I guess. He calls it something. What does he call it? The electrified leash is what he calls it. The electrified leash. So they're going to town on this guy. They bring him down with their super electric leash. Donna Troy wraps him up. Forgive me, I'm on the tail end of a cold. I'm dying, so hopefully this is not my last appearance. After they defeat the demon thing, Trigon's like, now's the time. I'm coming down, and I'm gonna be in form, human form in the flesh. And I'm going to conquer the world. Because isn't he Trigon the Conqueror?
That's Starro.
Isn't he Trigon the Terrible?
Trigon the Terrible. I got Starro on the brain. For no reason whatsoever. Here he is right now. And then I'm going to pass off the Fu here so I can get a drink.
Sure. So Raven and Trigon are kind of arguing back and forth together. She's basically, asking for mercy, and he's like, yeah, no. And it's at that point that we do get the first full page appearance of Trigon. This is what people are calling the first appearance. It's although again, we did see him, I think 2 issues ago, but whatever. And here we also learn, I think this is the first time we learn that that Raven is the daughter of Trigon. And it is at this point then that again she's begging him, and then what's his name? Simon, I think his name is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He comes back down. And let's see, Trigon's like interrogating him, basically like asking like, hey, why didn't you complete your mission? And so as punishment, he has this really kind of cool punishment. He decides that rather than just kill him and get it over with or imprison him, instead, he's going to disassemble all of his molecules, send them across space so that he has to feel the pain of being disassembled for all of time. So that's quite the punishment for failing at your job.
Yeah.
But let's see. It also looks like he's got some kind of like eye beam that comes out of his upper set of eyes. Because yes, Goron has been defeated here. Let's see. Then it flashes back to the Teen Titans Tower, and at this point, we are the team is kind of debriefing again. And at this point, they're like, "Okay, Raven, you have got to start giving us some answers." So she explains how she was raised in this kind of a very peaceful society with her mother. She is an empath, and it was through her empathic ability that she came to know of Trigon, and that he's destroyed, I think, hundreds of thousands of universes already. He's coming to destroy this one as well. And through this empathic ability of hers, she's able to sense each of the 6 team members' skill sets, and that's why she was able to pull the team together. And Robin actually asked, he's like, "Hey, well, why me? I don't even have any powers." And she says, "Well, I detected that you would be a great leader," basically. So with that, Beast Boy is kind of he's in vulture form, and he's flying around, kind of doing some reconnaissance, and he sees Trigon flying in. So Trigon can fly apparently. And at this point, the Titans were, it kind of gives like this little introduction into each character as if they're running into battle. And they meet Trigon in the streets of the city. I don't know, is this Metropolis or this is Manhattan, right?
Yeah, this is New York City.
It's Manhattan, yeah. And so this is the first battle of Trigon versus the new Teen Titans. And we can see that Starfire, her star bolts don't really have much of an effect. Kid Flash tries to run around him, but Trigon can actually see him and catch him, I guess, and he actually spins him so fast that he gets drilled into the earth. So Flash is gone. Beast Boy just gets thrown off easily. You've got Cyborg, who again seems to get handled rather quickly. Robin, what's he gonna do against Trigon? And he's trying to get Raven to help, but Raven's like, "Yeah, no, I can't." Like Raven, that's the thing with Raven as a character. You need to understand she's a pacifist. Like she really, especially in these early issues, that was her character. Like she doesn't believe in fighting. And it kind of flashes back to her growing up with her mother, and again, and learning this kind of peaceful way. But that's where she kind of got the idea of, well, wait a minute, I can still do something, and I can put together this team. So even though she can't fight directly because of her beliefs, she can put together the team, and in that way, Trigon can still fight back. At this point, Flash discovers that if he just spins even faster, it will actually reverse him and he can come back up out of the earth because he was about to get stuck at the center. And let's see. Trigon is, I think Raven's trying to beg him again. Yeah, they're just kind of talking back and forth, getting ready to battle again. Yeah, and then the battle starts up again. They're attacking him. Again, Trigon does not seem to be affected by any of their attacks. I mean, if you think about the new Teen Titans, none of them really have any skills that could really take on a demon like Trigon. I mean, maybe the Flash, although he seems to be detecting him. You've got Donna Troy and her lasso. You've got Starfire, whose bolts aren't working. Beast Boy seems totally ineffective. So he's just kind of shaking them off real easy here. And let's see. And yeah, and so then the team is in ruins. They're on the ground. Trigon has defeated them. And at this point, Raven makes the ultimate sacrifice because, again, the team's totally been defeated. And she decides that what Trigon has always wanted is for her to go off with him and rule with him, and she agrees to it. Against the Titans are like, "No, don't do it," but it's already too late, and she does accept willingly. And that's where this issue leaves off. Hopefully I didn't miss anything.
No. That's it for issue 5.
So, two little notes about this issue. First of all, no George Perez art except for on the cover. This is Kurt Swan, who was the guest artist.
Oh, okay.
Is a one-off fill-in for this issue. So it looks kind of Perez-ish, but it isn't.
Wow. Okay, I didn't notice.
Yeah, and so I also found that interesting, especially with it being the first full appearance of Trigon. You think that Perez would have wanted that,
Right? Yeah.
considering he was probably a co-creator of the character.
Well, or he was considering the first appearance like 2 issues ago.
Yeah, true. And also with this issue too, as you mentioned, Beast Boy, at one point he has the gall, and I don't actually think it's joking. I think he's kind of serious that he thinks that the entire reason that Raven formed this team was so she could meet him.
Yeah.
Odd.
He still thinks he's got a shot with her.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe he
I
does.
just don't think I don't think that he likes that there was romantic interest and he wasn't part of it. So
Yeah.
all right, I can go into issue number 6 now. We have Perez back on the art for this issue. So we're picking up essentially where number 5 left off, and we have Trigon showing up in his land with Raven. He's
And he's
brought
on the
her
cover.
in there.
This
What's
would
that?
be his first cover appearance too, right?
So as we go down, Trigon is entering his land. People, are paying their respects to him, be it a forced respect, but they're doing that. In the middle of that, a little girl says to her mom that Trigon looks like a monster. Is that our king? He looks like a monster. And Trigon hears this, and that's not good. So he starts inflicting some pain. Raven can't handle it, being an empath, and she wants to heal this little girl, and she does. But right after she does that and heals the little girl, Trigon destroys her anyway, right in front of her mother. So that, Trigon's like, you have to learn respect. So Trigon and Raven return to his castle, and essentially Trigon finds out about another planet that is refusing to bow to his will. So they use this cannon and essentially just destroy this planet. And Trigon is left to wonder if Earth will be as easy to defeat as this planet was. So we're really getting the sense of how ruthless Trigon is as a ruler. So that essentially is our prelude. Raven is trapped essentially in this hell. We go back to the Teen Titans now. They're on Azarath, on the Temple Azarath, and Raven's mother, Arella, is telling the story of her life to the Teen Titans. So essentially we're getting her backstory. And the Titans are asking the hooded men there if they will, the monks rather, if they will, at least, since they won't help them, if they'll at least open the doorway so they can get into Trigon's universe. And they're having this discussion whether they will or whether they won't help, as Arella tells essentially her story of how she met Trigon. And because she started out on Earth as an Earthling, and her entire backstory, her history, her origin, which led her to meet Trigon, who essentially is Satan, though that's Trigon there. Essentially she thought that he was disguised, he looked different, that she had found this dream man that was nothing but abusive and pure evil. So we get the story of Arella's life, and the Titans once again are urging the monks to get them into Trigon's world, and the monks eventually agree to let the Titans in, so they at least have a shot at saving Raven. So that's where those staircase comes in. And it's interesting because Perez will use something similar to this, if not much more detail, believe it or not, when he ends up writing Wonder Woman about 7 years later. So something very visually similar to that is used with the gods. So they're on the way. They get to Trigon's world. Kid Flash is scouting around to see if he can find Trigon, first of all. And unfortunately for him, he does. And he also finds the Titans knocked unconscious. So Arella has decided to go with the Titans, even though she knows that means she can't return back with the monks and her home on Azarath. So Arella is going to look for Raven. She eventually will find her, and she'll free her. And Trigon will turn his world ablaze, looking for the two of them. Arella will create a diversion while Raven is seeking out the Teen Titans. She'll find the Titans. They're going to be in one of Trigon's dungeons, and they come up with a plan that's going to prevent Trigon from entering Earth's dimension. And the key to this plan is the Titans have to really work in unison to make it happen. Not one of them individually can make it happen, but together as a team, they can at the very perfect moment. So the Titans weaken Trigon, and the final blow comes as Cyborg connects with Starfire to give him a high-powered bolt that sends him into the Netherverse, which was opened up by Kid Flash. Now, since we've never seen Kid Flash exhibit powers like this, we assume it's with a little help from Arella. So the last act is Arella jumps in the portal with Trigon, sacrificing herself to be the guardian of the gate forever at war with Trigon. So he'll never be able to get back through that portal because she'll be there guarding it. And that's how our issue will end.
Perfect.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot. If you're big into magic, this is an issue for you.
Yeah.
Very
It's a
good
great
story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is. It is.
It's a very, very good story. Very, very engaging story.
Yeah. Except for the parts where Wally's crying.
Yeah, because he still loves her.
Top notch. Top notch.
It would have been so much more fun had Tim been here.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't win.
We should make him dress up as something for missing it.
Raven
I'm good with that too.
or Starfire. Raven or Starfire.
No, Starfire
Starfire. Yep.
with the body paint.
Body paint. We gotta have the full details. You know what I mean? We
Mhm.
gotta know everything. All of
Yep.
it. All of it.
So the elder monk that the Titans talk to a lot in this issue, his name is Coleman. Although it's not revealed in that issue, it will get revealed in Tales of the New Teen Titans issue number 2, which is the mini series that they did, the
Okay.
4-issue mini series that really expanded on the origins. Issue 1 was Cyborg, and issue 2 featured Raven.
Okay. Nice.
Very good series. I don't know if you have that one yet in your collection. Since you completed New Teen Titans, you should lock up those 4 issues if you don't have them already.
I'll have to look. I've got some at least. I don't know.
Okay.
There's only 4 of them.
Yeah,
Tales?
only
Oh,
4.
okay. Well, maybe I do have them then.
Yeah, this is a great run. They definitely don't pack much content in them nowadays as they used to, for sure. There's a lot of story.
Every time I thought it was going to end, like there was like 2/3 of the book left. Like, yeah, there is a lot in these older books.
Yeah, it's a shame we don't have that anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Perez, and he never has, and this is no exception, but he does not skimp on the artwork. I mean, he gets detailed, and he'll draw a gazillion characters if he has to.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and I think that's the way they sell comics. Like, focus on the quality. Get really talented artists that put their all into every issue. I mean, look, the books I still collect are like Jim Lee, Todd McFarlane, you know, like totally go after the artists. Yeah, I don't know. And definitely throw some more story into it.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Man, it's now because some of these guys like, George Perez and Marv Wolfman, they're like, rock stars of the comic book world industry as of now. Can you imagine like watching some of these guys work and how look how long it would take someone to just draw this issue.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's probably, I can't even guess at how long it would take, but
and they were pretty consistent coming out each month, I think.
Yeah. And look at how long it took us to get something like 3 Jokers, or Heroes in Crisis or Doomsday Clock. You get one issue like sometimes once a month.
It's because they didn't know what they were doing.
It took a year and a half to get 12 issues out.
Yeah.
It's insane. These guys are cranking them out like they're some kind of robot. You know what I mean? It's insane.
Yeah. Quality issues though, so highly recommended. And I mean, And these go on even after this storyline wraps up with some very, very good stuff. So
50 cents a piece. Oof, wish I had a time machine.
hey, I remember when that was expensive though. It's like, really, 50 cents? You know?
Now remember when they were drawing the line at $2.99?
Oh yeah.
They erased that line a long time ago.
They erased that line. It's way up here now, actually. This is where the line was meant to be. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They actually just misplaced the decimal point. It's actually supposed to be $29.99.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a lot of people are talking about in the chat about the story. There's a lot of good opinions here. None of the publishers not making a story. They threw a 5-page comic book. You're right. Art is nice. Good story. You're right.
What was Trigon's Hellhound?
His name was Cujo. I don't know if anybody caught that. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's a big dog.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know what the name was.
Not sure.
So who has what for a book show?
I got something.
All right.
I just need to grab it.
Let me make you big here.
Awesome. I'm ready.
Boom. There we go. Sorry.
Okay, so I thought for a book show to tie in with what we have been talking about the last few weeks. Last week I showed Teen Titans Volume 1, issues 1 through 4. And the week before that, I showed a new Teen Titans #1 cover print that was signed by Wolfman and Perez. But I think most of you know that I'm a Wonder Woman fan. So I thought I would pull something that combined both of these, and that's Wonder Woman issue number 287. It's a one-off story with Wonder Woman guest starring the Teen Titans. Actually, a really good story, too. So just fun story with Donna Troy getting kidnapped by Dr. Psycho, and Wonder Woman is enlisted by the Titans for help in trying to rescue her.
Very cool.
And also, I should mention, too, with the story, this is the final issue where Wonder Woman appears with her eagle emblem, bustier. She'll next appear in DC Comics Presents 41, where she'll be presented and end up wearing the double W logo, bustier. But yeah, this is the final appearance in her title of her in the double eagle costume.
So which do you prefer?
I actually like the eagle.
Okay.
So I'm just old school like that.
All right.
You know what? When you pointed that out, I guess I never would have noticed that it's an eagle. Because it's like an eagle going up, right?
Yeah.
Right about here, there's a head, and then the spread.
Yeah, and then the wings. Yeah.
Yeah, I never noticed that.
And you know why they had to change that? Because you can't trademark an eagle. DC can't trademark an eagle.
Ah, good point. Also didn't know that either, but that makes sense.
Yeah, and so they end up with the double W logo, which
what do the
looks
Philadelphia
like
Eagles do? They have an eagle. Pretty sure that's trademarked. I don't know.
It's just a wing.
No, it's not. It's a whole bird. It's a whole bird.
Oh yeah, the old one's a wing.
The old one's a wing. Yeah, back when you were watching them, it was a wing. But when I started watching them,
I just exposed my age.
Yeah, just a little.
But that's a good story too. It's just a one-off story. So I mean, if you pick that one up, you don't have to know what happened in the issue before or the issue after. It's just it's a one-off because they were in between creative teams and needed a fill-in issue.
Sure.
So
very cool. Very cool. Comic Crew, what do you got?
Nothing much actually. I was just going through some of my top loaders, trying to alphabetize them today, and came across these books that I just thought were really cool, and I thought I'd share them for the book show tonight. This one is Batman 324, and I just picked this one up because I thought it was a really cool cover.
Is that supposed to be Catwoman he's carrying?
That is really Catwoman. Okay. Yeah, this is like my favorite representation of Batman and Catwoman. Actually, I love those outfits for them.
Awesome.
So this is actually Jim Aparo on the cover art, and this was written by Len Wein.
Awesome.
And then I think it was last week I was showing off my Batman New 52, the Scott Snyder and the Talon run, and I think I may have mentioned that somewhere I had another one that was signed. Well, I came across it today. Check this out. first print Batman #1. I got it signed by both Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo.
Awesome.
Nice.
That is dope. Where did you get that one signed at? Did you get it signed or did you buy it?
I did not. I did
Okay.
not. No, it where did I get this? I want to say a Vantage box, but maybe I don't know. I probably got it in a mystery box somewhere.
Very cool. Very cool. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, what I got, and I told you what I had a cool Suicide Squad issue that you all probably should pick up if you haven't already, and that is Suicide Squad Get Joker. Amanda Waller decides she's had enough of the Joker and sends the entire Task Force X to straight up kill this guy. You know, she's been a pain in her, rear end for how long now? So she's like, I'm
Is
done
Harley?
with it. Is Harley in it? Yeah, Harley's in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is cool. It's also DC Black Label, so it's really cool. And as an added bonus, I decided to show off some other Suicide Squad issues. I think I might have shown some of these before, but I'm going to do it anyway, just because I like the movie so much. Suicide Squad Rebirth #1, signed by Scott Hanna. And Suicide Squad 1 Convergence, signed by Frank Terry.
Oh, is that other one a magazine size?
Oh, the Black Label one? Yeah. It's a magazine
okay,
size.
okay.
It's big. That's a fairly new release too. And Convergence #2, also signed by Frank Terry, but the variant cover for that one. But yeah, it was just some cool little books I thought I'd share with all of you. But yeah, definitely pick up the DC Black Label. They've just been killing it since they've been coming out, so for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Who's got what coming out on the channels? Anybody got anything cool planned? Let's start with you, Mr. Magic Lasso.
Sure. So I do a bi-weekly show with some of my friends called Cover By. And the episode that we just released this past Friday was DC. The first Friday of each month will always be a DC episode. And we celebrated Green Arrow's 80th anniversary by picking a Green Arrow Volume 4 comic book. And we look at the A cover and the B cover and decide which one we like the best out of the two. So if you haven't had a chance to check out that series yet, please head over to my channel and check that out. Coming up on Tuesday afternoon on my channel, I'll be dropping a video. I've been talking about this for a while, and it's time to stop talking about it and time to just show it. There was one night where I just, I kind of said, hold my beer. And I went and bought 3 books off of my top 12 goal list for 2021 within an hour.
Wow.
So I just went bam, 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 and bought 3 within an hour. And I'm going to reveal those 3 and some more recent back issues that I've added into my collection. So look for that video to drop Tuesday afternoon. You can just search for Magic Lasso. And if you haven't subbed me up, certainly would appreciate it.
Yes. I'm trying to figure out what the error is on my shirt, and I can't figure it out.
I'm looking. I don't see it.
Oh, is it this right here? There's no yellow. There should be some yellow right there. I don't know.
I think they're messing with us.
It's an extra blue spot. Yeah, it's got to be this. It has to be this. That's got to be what they're talking about. It's an extra blue spot. There's a spot. Yeah, the yellow spot missing. Okay. Yep. Awesome. Cover By. It's been a great run so far. I haven't watched his current one, Mr. Lasso, but I promise I will catch it on the rewind. I did not know it was Green Arrow's 30th or 80th anniversary.
It is, and it's also
that.
another character's 80th anniversary this year.
Yep.
So
yeah, I think Green Arrow and Aquaman, I think, share the same first issue. Is it those two?
Yeah, I think so. But Aquaman didn't get like an 80th anniversary special, did he?
I don't think so.
Green Arrow
I think
did.
They share the first.
I think
the same
they do
first appearance. It's like a major.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's a book I will never own.
yeah, same here. Comic Fu, anything cool?
Yeah, so We've got Building a Mystery coming on Tuesday. Normally I drop an unboxing on Monday, although I'm running a little behind, so I don't know if I'm going to get to one for tomorrow. But as I mentioned, I'm going through all my top loaders, organizing them, and part of that is for the Building a Mystery to kind of go through and prune my collection. And I'm actually thinking I'm going to have an auction on my channel on Saturday of next week. Looking specifically at like variant covers and that sort of thing.
Very cool.
So,
yeah, I don't mind auctions. I just don't like the channels that every video is an auction. Every single video is an auction. Auction. I hate those videos. I hate those channels. I don't subscribe to them. I don't care if they just subscribe to me. I know I am looking forward to a Foo in a Squatch box. For those of you who do or don't know me, I should say, I don't do mystery boxes. It's not my thing, but I really enjoyed the last one just because everyone else was getting the same thing, and I like everyone's hype around it. And I like the mystery that was going. I like to see everyone's unboxing. Everyone had a lot of fun unboxing it. Everyone was making fun of each other. It was a lot of fun to do it. Everyone was praying that someone else was getting some glitter that I guess didn't exist.
It might this time.
This time. Tim, I think he's due for some glitter. So I'm looking forward to it.
I might glitter everyone this time.
Just glitter everyone. Yeah. Everybody's special. Why not?
I'll say though, the Building a Mystery last Tuesday, that episode, especially towards the end, sucked.
Very cool.
I thought that was your worst episode ever.
Did you know? Okay.
Completely off base. Sucked.
Hey,
Comics Talk Weekly.
You've got Squatchy to blame for that one.
I think he's probably singing a different tune now that I got him a box sold.
There you go. There you
go. On my channel, Mr. Lasso and I did a project together. I had thought about putting it on the Fanboys channel, but we changed our mind last minute and put it on mine, episode 1 at least, just because it took me forever to edit and I want some of that credit back. Sure. The only reason. So that drops on Wednesday, so look for that. Magic Lasso and I sat down with Super Rust 9000 and talk signatures, which is very cool. And we're probably going to do that like once a month, sit down with some random folks and talk signatures because it's a lot of fun. And immediately after this show, in 6 minutes, jump over to Copy 801's channel. I'm heading over, or don't, whichever's fine. I forget what the topic is. I think it's current DC writing. I think it's current DC writing. Forgive me if that's not the case, but more DC comic stuff on Copy's channel immediately after this. So head over there.
That.
Are you all right? Come on.
I just because I'm like on a stakeout now, so I've got to make sure I'm monitoring all of his movements.
When you say his movements, who are you talking to? Like
Copy? Okay, yeah,
It's about time you started looking in the right direction.
We suspect him of being Dean Cain.
Hey, so. I don't know that, but I'll be on the inside. I'll let you know the backstage scoop if he lets it slip.
Yes, we're looking for snitches.
And I don't mind any stitches.
There you go.
My wife's a nurse. She can stitch you right up. We got some crazy glue around here somewhere. Or
there you go.
I got a staple gun. We just combine the two. I don't know how it works, but we'll figure it out. But that is it for this weekend. Tip of the hat for Tim. Just kidding. Nah, he's got business to take care of. Family and work come first. But the MVP of the episode goes to Magic Lasso and Comic Fu. Why not? You guys are cool bros. But anybody else got anything? We miss anything? Forget about your channel at all?
No, Flash, order your costume.
Flash, order your costume. You got 3 weeks, baby. 3 weeks. And remember, the cherry on top of the Jesse Quick Sunday was he also had to donate $25 to the charity of my choice. And I think I found one. I don't know if I want to do it though, because they definitely don't need any money from anybody anytime. Or do I want to go with something that could actually use $25? I don't know if I want to be good or evil. I haven't decided. I have not decided.
All right.
So I will leave it up to the universe to figure it out. I wish I had access to like the polls, you know what I mean? Like on YouTube, I'd let them figure it out, but who knows? Maybe
I think you should have them send it to like donate to like a horse rescue fund or something to try to offset another member of our community's dastardly deeds.
No, maybe I should. I don't know. That's or one that's local to him. One that's local to him. That's too on the nose. Not that it's not funny, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. But
25 will get you a third of a Dean Cain autograph.
Man, maybe we'll chip the $25.
You're a little too quick with that pricing, Magic.
We'll use the $25.
Oh, God, I'm back on the list again.
We use the $25 so we can hire a PI to find Dean Cain. We don't know yet. But that's going to be it for us this weekend. And we'll catch you next week on whose channel? I think it's... we'll figure it out. It's on someone's channel. If you subscribe to all of us, you'll get the notice. Might be Tim's.
Because we were on Lasso's last week, right? And I think mine the week prior.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Tim's. Okay, Tim's.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Catch everybody next week.
All
right, guys.
Later.